Hello everyone, Tina Spalding Trance Channel here today. Today's video contains a few excerpts from our 10th anniversary event that you saw advertised a little while ago. And we weren't going to release the video recording, we were just going to do the audio, but the day turned out to be such an amazing day with so many amazing channelers from all over the world that have started to channel since starting A Course in Miracles and or following Jesus and Ananda's teachings. So this little excerpt is a little teaser to try and get you to purchase the video recording of this all-day event. It's $75 US, and it is an entire day's channeling of channelers that you will never have seen before. So we want to encourage you to support our work through the purchase of this particular recording and to sit back and enjoy what was a wonderful, tear-jerking, moving day for me. 10 years channeling and doing videos on YouTube. I want to thank you all for your support, whether or not you purchase this recording or not. The link to purchase will be in the description box below. Please do consider it, and if not, continue to enjoy Jesus and Ananda's teachings on YouTube. Thanks. I'll see you again soon. Bye.
There you go.
Much better.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I'm not going to tell my story really here other than that. I'm so honored to be able to do this work. It's changed my life. And the reason I do this and the reason I've done the videos from day one when I was very nervous and had no idea what I was doing, through A Course in Miracles, I realized that people didn't need to suffer. I realized that I didn't need to suffer. And I thought, people don't know this. People don't know that they don't need to suffer. And that is really the original reason that I got the courage up to overcome my fears and my self-consciousness to go on YouTube and do these videos, is people need to know that they don't need to suffer. And so that was really my motivation. Of course, I had no idea that there would end up being a community of people following this work. I had no idea that people like Carol were going to spontaneously start channeling. No idea that any of this was going to come. And so I think it's really important for all of you that are doing A Course in Miracles in whatever form, whether you're new or you're really experienced, is that you don't know what this is going to, how this is going to affect your life in the future. And tomorrow could be the day that something exceptional happens, a miracle happens that you were not expecting. That's certainly my experience. It's certainly been Carol's experience. So thank you all for joining us. So we are going to have a fun day listening to so many different channelers and their stories so that you have, we'll say, a reason to keep going with your Course in Miracles practice, so that you understand that miracles happen through this work, and to share it and to continue doing the best you can with your forgiveness practice and your readings and all of those sorts of things. And your own creativity, whatever that is. Creativity has played a huge part in my life in keeping me open to spirit. Spirit works through me, often through artwork. So that's it for Tina. I'm going to bring Ananda and Jesus in briefly before we have our first guest channeler, and we'll see what they have to say. We're with you again, dear ones. We are Ananda. We are guides and teachers. We are a collective consciousness. That means that there are many, many what you would call individual consciousnesses contributing to our wisdom and our knowledge. We are this being's guides and teachers, and we are the beings that made contact with her so many years ago. Little does she know that we were with her from the beginning. We were with her in her natal family. We were with her in her difficult teenage years and her 20s. We have been with her, nudging her towards spirit all the time. Sometimes we would help her choose a book. Sometimes we would soothe her in a dark or painful moment. But we want you to know that you have guides and teachers too. Your guides and teachers are with you always. You are not alone. This is the great illusion of this place, that you are alone and that God has abandoned you and that there's no one there to help you. This is not so. You have guides and teachers, and they speak to you through your passions. They speak to you through your feelings, and they speak to you through those nudges towards change and transformation that you cannot ignore. We are working with you all the time. However, when the ego is strong, its voice is much louder. And of course, as you understand, in this society at this time, your ego is being fueled by fear. Fear is what the ego thrives on. Fear and guilt and attack. So when you are on your mainstream media systems or your social media systems, any time that you feel that frequency of fear or guilt, shame or attack or judgment, get out of there. Get out of there and know that that is not a message from us. That is not a message from spirit. And it is not a message that is going to assist you in your evolutionary journey. That is why it is so loud and raucous at this time, because it is the end of a spiritual season and you are all being given a tremendous opportunity to heal your minds in this end of a spiritual season. Everything is more and more important. You are blessed beings indeed. I am that one that you know as Jesus. Your time here on this planet at this time is extremely precious, as Ananda has just mentioned to you. It is time now for you to witness the courage of these beings that are going to be channeling for you today. We want you to ask yourself, where am I not being courageous? Where am I hiding my light under a bushel? Where am I afraid to share my authentic self, my authentic beliefs, for fear of social censure or fear of judgment? What we want you to understand is now is the time for truth. Now is the time for authenticity, but it must start with you. You must figure out what is going on inside your heart and mind so that you can become clear, so that you can let go of fear of judgment. This is one of the great social controlling mechanisms that has been instilled in many minds, this idea that if somebody sees something they don't like, their judgment of you should shut you down. And of course, this is exactly what some of your mass media systems are doing, shutting down voices that they do not want to be heard. This is the time for the masses to speak up. If you are speaking up in your family, if you are speaking up in your workplace, if you are speaking up on your social media, know that some people will fall away and that is okay. But understand that your authenticity is a gift to others. There are others who are hiding their light under a bushel too. There are people who've had spiritual experiences who have never talked about them because of this programming that you have in your society. The power of the masses now is becoming evident, especially through your social media systems, where there can be waves and waves of feeling and emotion propagated through those systems. Unfortunately, a lot of those are being manipulated and used against you. We would like you all to understand that you can use it for the good. You can post loving posts. You can post inspiring things. You can write the book that you've been thinking about forever. You can start the podcast. You can take photographs of things you love. It matters not. Whatever you love is your purpose. Your passion is your purpose. And so for these beings, their passion has been, A Course in Miracles, channeling, and now they are sharing it with the world. This is not the job that everybody has. Some of you are going to be amazing gardeners. That is going to be your gift to the planet. Some of you are going to be amazing parents, raising exceptional children. Some of you are going to be doing several things. Our dear one does several things very, very well. But each one of those things makes her happy. Each one of those things brings her joy. And she has come to see that her passion is her purpose. So this is what this day is all about. Our dear one has extended her love for humanity through the channeling that she has been willing to do in front of the world. She has come to understand that suffering and sacrifice are not required by her or anybody else. And she came to understand that to share that message was her gift of love to the world. And so you each have a gift of love to the world. And we want you to be in appreciation today, deep appreciation for the courage of all of these beings to come forth and to demonstrate what they have been up to in their own private worlds. Some of them have started their own platforms and have their own businesses channeling. This is something that is perfectly within your abilities. channeling and communing with spirit was something that was very, very common in the olden days, before the church shut it down, before the Inquisition killed people for speaking to spirit, before the Inquisition put the end to the lives of many who were herbalists and wise beings connecting with spirit. It has become a terrifying thing throughout the history of your society to go against the church's dictates. What we want you to know here is that connection to spirit and connection to source is your natural inheritance.
So how are you doing, Tina? You enjoying?
Oh yeah, no, this is fabulous. It's kind of cool not having to channel all the time.
It's a little bit like you're on vacation right now.
It is a little bit like I'm on vacation. This is really fun. Yeah, really fun.
All right. Hi, Antoinette.
Hi, Antoinette.
Hi, you guys.
All right. You're going to fade out there, Carol?
I am out of here.
Okay.
I still see Lorene. Oh, but I don't see her face. Well, I'm going to look at Tina.
Yeah.
Oh, I see Lorene's name. Hi.
Hi, Antoinette. How are you doing?
Hi, I'm good. I'm so happy to be here for you.
Yeah.
It's such an honor and a pleasure, and you mean so much to me.
Oh, that made me cry.
Uh,
I knew this would happen. Someone would say something.
You've changed my life forever.
Well, yeah, I changed my life forever. I think that darn blue book. I've always said Course in Miracles should have a warning label on it, because it's gonna turn your life upside down in a good way. And
for sure.
So, Antoinette, how did your spiritual journey start? And wherever and however that was, and then how did you get hooked up with the Jesus and Ananda crew? So you can start wherever you like.
Sure. Well, I think my spiritual journey started when I was a child, to be honest. I was always asking my parents every night before I went to sleep why I am the way I am. And of course, they could never really answer me with any kind of meaningful answer in my heart anyway. They meant well. And then over the course of time, I went through various iterations of life trying to heal myself and find my way to answering that question. And eventually, as part of the process, I became a Taoist 5-element acupuncturist. And that was a kind of a personal growth experience. And then I happened to learn how to put needles in people and help their energy change. And from that, I thought that I had really clarified my mind, but only to find out that I hadn't really at all when a client of mine who found you on your very first video came to me the next day and said, "You have got to watch this person, and her next video is going to be blah, blah." And I watched your second video.
Oh, wow. So that was like 2013 or 14 or something?
Really long time ago. I was reading A Course in Miracles since 2009 and carrying it around like it was a menu or something for my favorite fast food restaurant, and didn't understand a word of it. But then I knew it was meaningful and important. And then I watched you, and the first video I watched, I was awake for 24 hours. Oh, wow. It just blew my energy apart. And I went to my acupuncturist, like, what happened to me? I didn't sleep for 24 hours, and she didn't have any answers. Nobody had any answers. So I said, well, I'm going to keep watching this lady. I don't know what she's talking about, but it's important. And slowly but surely I was an acupuncturist. I don't have a proper job anymore. And that patient and I were talking and relating about it and figuring out what A Course in Miracles was and what it meant. And then I started referring other people to the course that were patients of mine. And then it's astounding. If you had told me this 5 years ago, there is no way. No way.
No, there's no way that we would have been so ambitious.
No way.
Also courageous. And yet when it comes with just enough that we can manage it, just enough that we can manage it. And then there's another thing, and you're like, oh, okay, I didn't plan on doing this, but yeah. And then you look back and you think, oh my goodness, the whole thing has created itself just little bit by little bit. And it really is a testament to that idea of, one step at a time, right? Just baby steps, build amazing things.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, Antoinette, let's bring Ezekiel in here, and thank you for bringing him to all of these people. It's going to be fun to see what he has to say today.
Absolutely. It's really an honor. I am Ezekiel. I am from another dimension. I am from another time-space reality. And it is a delight to see all of you, a delight indeed. Thank you so much for having me come and join you and honor you, dear one, who helped our dear one come to this place in your human timeline. This is a momentous occasion. I have gathered thousands and thousands of beings from this side of the veil to join in like a stadium of celebration of what you have done for the human condition. I choose the word condition because humans have been conditioned not to love themselves, not to care about themselves, not to respect themselves. And the gift that you are bringing to the world through teaching humans A Course in Miracles is helping them to learn those things. And we on this side of the veil are in complete and full support. We love it. We love it. We love it. And why do we love it? Because the time is now. The time is right. Humans need to decondition their mind. They need to undo the blocks to love's presence. It is time. It is time, dear ones. And I have been called by Archon, who is head of the Galactic Federation of Light, to join this being and all of the beings that she comes to meet on a one-on-one basis and through group sessions like this. And I am now coming to beings who have been mentoring with her. And now I am being channeled by those other beings. It's not to be proud, it's to be happy. I am so happy to be able to spread the message of love and to teach humans how to use their own love and light to heal themselves. And now I would like to demonstrate one of the ways that you can learn to do this yourself.